What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Steve Nostotowski here of Mason Brew, bringing you another episode of Freshman Feature for the class of 2021. School, stats, recruitment, projection, everything you need to know about every member of the incoming class for Michigan football. Today we're going to talk about Greg Crippen, episode 9 here of Freshman Feature. He is the 4-star offensive center recruit out of IMG Academy. Let's dive in here. So he started his high school career at Milton Academy in Massachusetts, then transferred to IMG as a sophomore. IMG Academy, no stranger to Michigan fans. Shea Patterson, Cesar Ruiz, got a bunch of guys that Michigan had targeted. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy of this past year. Lots of guys coming through that program. Obviously, one of the best in the country. He won the Spring Offensive Lineman Award at IMG last spring. Pretty impressive considering he won it over fellow 2021 5-star lineman J.C. Lantham, who's a Bama commit. He won over the number 1 offensive lineman Tyler Booker of the 2022 class. So it's an impressive couple guys to win that award over. He was a left guard at IMG his sophomore year before moving to the center position. So a guy who has multiple years experience at that center position. Stats, no stats. He's an offensive lineman. For his metrics, he is 6'4", 285. As of 2019, so take these with a grain of salt, but he had a 5.46 40, he had a 4.93 shuttle, and a 22.8 vertical. That shuttle is pretty good. Anything under 5, and that's what you're looking for an interior lineman. So that 40 time, it's whatever, right? But these are 2 years old, so take them, again, with a grain of salt. Looking at his rankings, so he's a 4-star to everything except for 24/7. Rivals, the most bullish on him within the top 170 nationally, top 10 offensive guard, not center, they rank him as, and top 30 in the state of Florida. ESPN still has him as a 4-star, just within the top 300, number 14 offensive guard, and top 50 in Florida. 3-star to 24/7, though. He's number 7 offensive center and 80th in the state of Florida. His composite is right around the 300 range, number 6 offensive center. So looking at his offers, it definitely looks like a 4-star, like a high 4-star offer list. You got Bama, Auburn, Notre Dame, Ohio State, USC standing out. You also have other offers like Duke, Indiana, Purdue, Pitt, and Syracuse. So it's a pretty short list. Those are pretty much the only offers that he had. He was committed to Notre Dame for about a year. He either got offers during that time, either teams didn't bother, right, because he was committed, or he just didn't report them. So it could be any one of those things, but that explains kind of a shorter list despite having some big names on it. So for his recruitment, as I mentioned, Notre Dame, he committed in March of 2019. A year later, he backed out of that commitment, and later that month became the 3rd member of Michigan's 2021 class. He had previously visited Michigan back in the 2019 season, so he had seen the campus. Ed Warner is a name that was brought up as a big contributor in securing his commitment to the good guys. So for his scouting, these guys consistently said as fundamentally sound. Okay, he has quickness on down blocks, that's kind of his bread and butter, and a high-end pass blocker. Moves well in space, so whether he's going to be a center or a guard, it's looking like center, but he does move well in space, getting to that second level on linebackers. He has really great vision as a part of that, releasing to the second level. Good hands, really intelligent, which is great to hear as a potential center down the line, and good pop at the point of contact. So for some improvements, still work to do attacking in space, so that's kind of like a conflicting report. If he moves well in space and has good vision as a zone blocker, seems to be kind of conflicting with that, but staying locked onto opponent is another area he could improve. Kind of goes hand in hand with finishing blocks was another area mentioned. Sloppy footwork at times and occasionally lunges. So it seems like just consistency could be something he could improve on. Finishing blocks, just ensuring he stays engaged with those guys. Going into his film here, so as always, 8:30 p.m. tonight on Monday, live stream, watching all things Crippen. I'll give a lot of my analysis as well, and we'll hang out. So come join me tonight on the YouTube channel. His comp. Okay, I'm going to go into Nolan Rumler here. All right, Rumler, top 150 overall recruit, extensive experience at offensive tackle. He was an extremely strong and early contributor at a powerhouse program, very similar to Greg Crippen here. Solid hands, moved well in space, good overall instincts and IQ, good pop at the point of contact, and solid hands, right? A lot of those things I kind of said for Crippen as well. Very similar offer list. Big programs like Bama, Notre Dame, and Clemson were after Rumler. A little bit steeper learning curve for Rumler, moving from tackle to guard, had to learn a little bit more there. But very similar skill set, kind of similar ceiling, similar size as well. Would have expected Rumler to break through a bit more by now, right? He's had a few years to kind of season and get that experience to break the two deep. So he's kind of between that, like maybe 8th or 9th lineman, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see where Rumler comes up. But I think Crippen's a little underrated just because for whatever reason, the services don't like centers as much. But I could see them having kind of a similar trajectory and similar profiles there. So for his projection, he's a guy who's been mentioned a lot during the spring. Other linemen on the team have said he's really smart and that he has a really great drive to him, very disciplined, working his butt off. So that's always good to hear. Reece Atteberry missed some of this spring with an illness. So that puts Crippen up at as far as number 2 on the depth chart at the center position, which is great, right? That's really great to hear. So if you're able to crack the 2 deep as a true freshman, you're looking at next year really when you can start to really compete for a starting role. Now, whether it's Vistardis or Zinter at center this season, if he's in the 2nd or 3 deep right there, possibly you could move Zinter to guard if Crippen is ahead of schedule and really pushing there and get your best 5 on the line. So I think that's optimistic. I think this year and next year you could see him be kind of that 2 deep this year. Next year, rotate him in or something like that. But we'll see. I think it's really great to hear his name already just for his future at Michigan. So I have high hopes for him. And I think by 2023, he has a really good shot at starting and be a multi-year starter. So that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Where do you think he'll be used in the upcoming years? And what do you think he will contribute down the line? Check out the community tab to vote for who you want to see for next week. I'll also have a poll on Twitter if you check that out as well. And then finally, as I mentioned, live stream tonight, 8:30 p.m. Come hang out. We'll talk all things Greg Crippen, go through his film. Okay, like and subscribe. You know the deal. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Stay safe out there. And as always, go blue.